Good evening, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. We got a big game tonight. As tonight we end the division series round. Tonight we are at Stade Olympique. It is Game 5 of the 1985 National League Division Series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Montreal Expos. The series is tied 2-2. If you all know what happened, the Expos took a 2-0 series lead. Then an absolutely crazy Game 3 allows the Cardinals to stay alive. They won Game 4. Can they complete the comeback and win this division series against the Expos, but now back here at Olympique Stadium? Jack Dawson is first to join us here at Stade Olympique. The number 1 starters go tonight, which means the number 2 starters for these teams will play Game 1 of the NLCS, depending who gets there, as I stay strict to the 4-man rotation until the World Series. The crowd here at Olympic Stadium is crazy. They know what's at stake. The Cardinals looking to complete an 0-2 series comeback and down 5 runs in Game 3. Unbelievable. Can they do it? We'll see what happens tonight. Starting pitcher for the Montreal Expos will be Bryn Smith. 18-5, 2.91 ERA in the game in 1985, and he is 1-0. He actually got the win in Game 1 against the Cardinals. That's when he last started. So he gets the call tonight. And I know everyone is excited. It should be a great game. Let's go. Top of the first. No holds barred. 1 game to move on to the NLCS. Leading off for the Cardinals will be left fielder Vince Coleman. Coleman for the series is 6 for 19. Smith is ready. Fans here at Olympic Stadium are ready. 1 game to move on. 1 game to go home. Smith with the pitch. 6-5, strikeout 9, got him, struck him out. Olympic Stadium has no adjustment to anything, so everything is straight off the card. 1 man down. And that will bring up center fielder Willie Mcgee. Willie Mcgee is 5 for 18 for the series. Actually, one of the leading hitters for the Cardinals. Smith will pitch. That's a 4-1. That's a strikeout, and he got him. Struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Smith. He had 127 of them in 85. Next batter will be second baseman Tommy Herr. Herr for the series is 6 for 16. Smith looking on. Here's the pitch. 1-4. Strikeout 5. Got him. Smith strikes out the side to start the game. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Smith gets off to a great start, but the Cardinals have their own ace on the mound. Starting pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals will be John Tudor. 21 wins, 8 losses, 1.93 ERA. Tudor is 0-1. He lost that first game against the Expos. Leading off for the Spos, left fielder Tim Raines, the Rock. Raines is actually 6 for 19, not the other way. Coleman was actually 2 for 19. So Raines 6 for 19 for the series so far. Bottom of the first. Tudor with the pitch. 6-3 against a righty. That's a blank. Raines is a switch hitter. 1-1 by Raines. He grounds it to short. So we have the first time the bat has been put on the ball. 1 out. Next batter for the Expos, second baseman Vance Law. Law is 8 for 16 for the series. He is batting .500 for the Expos. He is their leading hitter. Bob B joins us here at Stade Olympique. Tudor with the pitch, 6-3 against the righty. That's a blank. Law will swing 4-1. He pops out to the pitcher. Tudor makes the catch, out number 2. And here is Andre Dawson. Dawson is in center field for this game today. And Dawson for the series is 3 for 19. He has a very good card. A 1.93 ERA. Remember, he was only beaten out by a couple of pitchers in '85. One of them was my boy, Dr. K. Tudor will pitch. 4-5. That's a strikeout. The 9 got him, struck him out. And Tudor gets also off to a 1-2-3 start. That's the first strikeout for Tudor. He had 169 of them in '85. Nothing across after 1, no score. The last few games played by the Cardinals and the Expos, 10-6 Cardinals in Game 4. 13-12 Game 3. 12 Game 3. 4-0 Montreal Game 2. And Game 1 was a 3-1. So there were there were a lot of runs scored in Games 3 and 4. Not many here in Olympique Stadium. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Cardinals, first baseman Jack Clark. Clark for the Cardinals is 7 for 17. He is their leading hitter for the series. Smith will pitch. 5-2, possible error. Clark will swing. 1-1, fly ball right field. That ball is hit to Mitch Webster. His error rating is a 3. That's a 13. He'll make the catch. Out number 1. One man down. That will bring up right fielder Andy Van Slyke. Van Slyke for the Cardinals is 6 for 16. A good hitter, so having a decent series for the Redbirds. Smith will pitch. 3-1, error on a grounder. Van Slyke 3-1 against a righty. That's a double into center field. He smacks a double. Center fielder is Dawson. His error rating is a 10. That's a 12. He will not make an error. He corrals it, throws it into the infield. And the Cardinals have a man on second. Cardinals trying to complete an 0-2 series comeback. Next batter for St. Louis, third baseman Terry Pendleton. Pendleton is 5 for 18 for the series. Infield is normal. I am rolling a strike. That is a 13, nothing happening. Smith will pitch. That's a 5-1. That's a strikeout. The 16 is high. Pendleton swings 2-6. And against a righty, that's a base hit right back to the box by Pendleton. Van Slyke's base running rating is a 4. He will have no problem scoring on a single through into the outfield by Pendleton, and the Cardinals are up 1-0. RBI single by Pendleton. Cardinals take the lead. That will bring up the shortstop, Ozzie Smith. Smith for the series is 5 for 16. Infield halfway. Smith looking on. Checking on the strat. And that is a 19. Smith is not going to bunt. He'll hit away. Smith will pitch. Bryn Smith, 3-4. That's an error on a throw. Ozzie Smith swings 4-5. That's a ground ball to short. So the ball is hit to Brooks. His error rating is a 10. That's a 5. And Brooks is going to make a throwing error. Question is, where did it go? Did it go to second or did it go to first? Let's see. We got to find out first where. So we actually got to do a double play check. The double play check, Ozzie Smith 2, 0, 3, and the short and the second baseman Law +1 is a 4. So a 1 to 4, a 1 to 5. So pretty much a 1 to 4. This ball went to second. It is a 6. So actually the ball was going to first. So the ball is thrown to Francona. His range is a 4. Does he prevent the ball from getting past him? Yes, he does. So it's just going to be a 1 base error. It is an error on a throw. 1 base error. That's an E6 on Brooks. A huge error and the first error on the Expos. That allows runners at first and second, and that will bring up the catcher, Tom Nieto. Nieto is 2 for 13 for the series. The infield will stay halfway. A huge error. Can the Cardinals take advantage of it? Checking Strat, 14, nothing happening. Smith will pitch, 4-4. Range play. Nieto will swing, 4-2. That's a fly ball to right. The ball is hit to Webster. His range is a 3. And he can't get it. Is it a single or a double? That's going to be a double for Tom Nieto. That will score Pendleton from second. Ozzie Smith's base running rating is a 4. On a double to right, -1 is a 3. The right fielder Webster -1 arm. On a 1 to 2, Smith will score. 3 to 5 he holds. A 6, 2 to 5 he is out. That is a 3 he will hold. He holds at third. He does not come in to score. But an RBI double by Nieto. 2-0 Cardinals. And still only 1 out here on the top of the second. That will bring up the pitcher, John Tudor. I don't think we'll see a bunt here, so Tudor's going to swing away, even though I'm pretty sure the infield is going to be in to prevent Smith from scoring. So they call the infield in. Checking on the Strat. That is a 6. Nothing happening. Smith will pitch. That's a 4-6. It's against the lefty. It's a blank. Tudor gets to swing. 2-1. 2-1, and that's a fly ball to center field. So he hits a fly out to center. That's out number 2. Tudor has no sacrifice fly chance, so Smith has to come home on his own. His base running rating is a 4. Dawson -1 arm. A 1 to 3. Smith will score. 4 to 5 he holds. 6, 2 to 5 he is out. It is a 3 he will score. Smith comes in to score. Nieto holds it second. It's now 3-0 Cardinals. As Tudor gets an RBI. Stadium groans. And that will bring up Vince Coleman. Infield now normal. Already a 3-0 lead by the Cardinals. Coleman is 0 for 1. Checking the Strat. And that's a 12. Nothing happening. Smith will pitch. 4-2. Range play at the park. Olympique Stadium says 4-3. That's a double to left field, but it is a range play. Reigns has a range of a 3. He can't get it. That's going to be a double for Vince Coleman. Coleman will come in to score. Coleman will go to second. Nieto will score from second. Cardinals are jumping on Bryn Smith in this inning. A double for Coleman, and it's now 4-0 Cardinals. Coleman on its second, and here is Willie Mcgee. The Expos do not want to go to the bullpen yet. but a 4-0 lead already. McGee is 0 for 1. Coleman on at second. I am still rolling a strat. And that is an 18, nothing happening. Smith will pitch. That's a 1-5, and that's a double question mark. Smith is hitting from the left side. A 1 to 11 is an automatic out. That's a 10, and they will get that. And it's a ground ball. It's a star 4. It's a ground ball to short, and the inning is over. 4 runs for the Cardinals on 4 hits and 1 big error. 4-0 going to the bottom of the second. As Bob Bean not getting excited because he knows how these games go. Is a 4-run lead enough for John Tudor? Here's the shortstop, Hubie Brooks, for the Expos. Brooks is 4 for 18 for the series. Tudor will pitch. That's a 4-1 strikeout, and that is right on the line. And I have to re-roll the D20. I can't tell if it's a 5 or a 15. I will re-roll the D20, and that is a 6, and that will be a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for Tudor. Next batter will be right fielder Mitch Webster. He usually bats against left-handed pitching, so he is the platoon man for the Expos in this series. He has not played since game 1. Tudor will pitch. 3-3, that's a possible error. Webster will swing. 3-5, and that is a base hit to second base. It's a base hit to second base. Her's error rating is a 4. That's a 19. He won't make an error. Webster, though, is safe at first. Webster picks up a clean hit. And the next batter will be third baseman Tim Wallach. Wallach for the series is 5 for 17. Infield is halfway. Sports Time Machine joins us here at Stade Olympique. Webster on first. I am checking the strat. That is a 7. Webster, Webster that is a steal chance. 12 minus 1 is 11, and Nieto plus 1 is a 12. You're down by 4 runs right now. You're not stealing. So I'll call off the steal and let Tudor pitch. That's a 1-2. Error on a grounder. Wallach will swing. 2-4. That's a fly ball to right field. No error there, and that is out number 2. Two men down, and here is Terry Francona. He is the first baseman, and he is batting 4 for 18 for the series. Infield now back to normal. Strat roll says a 2. Again, a steal attempt is on, but I'm not going to do it. Tudor will pitch. And that's a 1-5. Strikeout, 16 is high. Can Francona come through with a hit? 5-5. No, he chops it right back to Tudor. He has it, tosses it over to first. Side retired. No runs and a hit for the Expos. After 2, 4-0 Cardinals. In this deciding Game 5, who will face the Astros in the National League Championship Series? The American League Championship Series is already set. The Twins and the Yankees. Who will try to become their opponents? We go to the top of the third. Here's Tommy Herr. Herr is 0 for 1. Smith will pitch. 4-6. Against the lefty, that's a blank. Herr's a switch hitter. Herr will pitch. Will swing. 2-6. He flies out to left. Bryn Smith has to have a good game. Has to have a good inning now after the last one. Here is Jack Clark. Clark is 0 for 1. Smith will pitch. That's a 4-4. Range play. Clark will swing. 1-3. That's a base hit to second, but it's a range play. Vance Law is there. His range is a 2. Nope, that's going to be a single for Clark. Base hit. Clark will go to first. And now here's Andy Van Slyke. Van Slyke 1-for-1, doubled his first time up. Infield is halfway. Smith will come on to pitch. We'll see a strat roll. The 9 says nothing. Smith, that's a 4-3. That's an automatic out. That's going to be a star 4 and a ground ball to short. Do they turn it? 2-0-3. Second base, Law +1 is a 4. 1-4, they turn the double play. No, Clark will be out at second. Van Slyke is safe at first. 2 outs. It keeps the inning alive. That's why not turning those double plays, in my opinion, when you got at least a 1-4 chance to turn a double play, you really should turn it. 2 outs. Here's Terry Pendleton. He's 1-for-1 with a single his last time up. Checking on the strat. And that is a 2. Van Slyke's got a good chance to steal. And I think he'll do it. 7. That's 17 +1 is an 18. Sal Butera +2 is a 20. The only way Van Slyke is out is on a 20. And he's safe. Close, but he's safe. Steals the base. Puts a run in scoring position. Does he get a chance to steal third? 7. It needs to be a 3 or lower. No, he'll hold. 2 outs. Van Slyke now on its second with a stolen base. Terry Pendleton, a base hit could bring in another run. Pitch from Smith. 5-3. That's a blank. Pendleton will swing to 6 against a righty. It's another base hit right back through the box, in through the infield, into the outfield. It's a single 1. Yes, that will score Van Slyke easily. The stolen base works. Pendleton goes to first. Pendleton is now 2-for-2. Run will score. 5-0 Cardinals. And this Expos crowd and team is shell-shocked. They cannot believe it. And now the batter is Ozzie Smith. Expos bullpen warming up. Bryn Smith is due to bat second in the bottom of the third. They would like to see if he can get through the inning. Smith reached on an error his last time up. He's 0-for-0. 2 outs. I'm still rolling a strat. That's a 3. Do I steal with Pendleton? 12 +1 is 13. And Butera +2 is a 15. No, I'll let Smith hit. Smith up. So Bryn Smith will pitch. 2-6. That's a blank. Ozzie Smith will swing. 1-2. And he grounds it to short. And that will end the inning. 1 run for the Cardinals on 2 hits and a stolen base. Bottom of the third coming up. 5-0 Redbirds. Looking pretty good to start. Is a 5-run lead enough for John Tudor? Here's the catcher, Sal Butera. Butera is actually having a pretty decent series. 4-for-11. That's not bad. Tudor will pitch. That's a 5-5. That is a walk. The 18 is high. Butera will swing. 2-3. That's a star 1. He flies out to center. Out number 1. And Bryn Smith is going to come out of the game. So the Expos are taking him out. As he is coming out of the game, and the Cardinals are going to go to the bench very early. It'll be Herm Winningham leading off, pinch hitting for Smith as Smith comes out. Already a 5-0 lead for the Cardinals. Herm Winningham will pinch hit. Tudor will pitch. 1-4. That's a blank. Winningham will swing. 3-4. That's a base hit to left. Winningham gets a single. He'll go to first. Nice job by Winningham. C&D Baseball TV with Tony Porter joins us here at Stade Olympique, the jack of all trades and master of all. Next batter will be Tim Raines. If the Expos want to get back into this, they better get some runs in soon. Raines is 0 for 1. Infield halfway. Stade says a 9. Nothing happening. Tudor will pitch. The Expos are in runner safe mode as of now. They're 5 runs down. Runners will only advance if necessary. That's a 4-2 from Tudor. That's at the park. Olympique Stadium says 4-5, and he popped out behind the plate. A pop out to the catcher. 2 outs. Raines pops out. And now Vance Law. Law is 0 for 1. 2 outs now. Strat says a 7. Herm Winningham is not going to steal. He'll let Vance Law swing. You're down 5 runs. You're not thinking of stealing. Tudor will pitch. That's a 6-5 against a righty. That's an automatic out. It's going to be a star 2. A fly out to right. Inning over. No runs and a hit for the Expos. After 3, 5-0 Cardinals. Right, left switch. We'll go with the lefty. Coming on to pitch. Coming on to pitch for the Expos will be Dan Schatzeder. Long relief, and they need him to pitch pitch well to see if the Expos can get back into this game. We're in the top of the 4th. Schatzeder making another appearance in this postseason. Tom Nieto leads off for the Cardinals. Nieto is 1 for 1. He has a double. Steeler fan joins us here at Stade Olympique. I'm sure Steeler fan will take an interest in this because one of these 2 teams will play his Astros. Schatzeder 4-5. That's at the park. Olympic Stadium 3-6. That's a star 6. It'll be a fly out to right. Out number 1. That will bring up the pitcher, John Tudor. Tudor flew out his last time up, but it was a sacrifice fly, so Tudor actually has an RBI. Schatzeder 2-2 against the lefty. Strikeout plus, he'll get him there. And that is out number 2. And now Vince Coleman. Schatzeder will pitch. Coleman is 1 for 2. 1-6. That's a walk. The 15 is too high. Coleman will swing. That's a 5-1. He grounds it to second, and the inning is over. So nothing across for the Cardinals as Schatzeder does a good job there. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. And here's Andre Dawson. Tudor will pitch. That's a 2-1. Hit by pitch. 20 is high. Dawson will swing. 1-2. Star 6. He flies out to left. One down, and here's Hubie Brooks. Brooks is 0 for 1. Tudor with the pitch. 1-2. Error on a grounder. Brooks will swing. 1-4. That's a fly ball to center field. There will be no error there. That's out number 2. And now here is Mitch Webster. Webster singled his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Tudor coming on 4-2 at the park. Olympique Stadium will say 2-2, and that's hit to second base. Up with it there is her. Throws to first. Side retired. Another 1-2-3 inning for Tudor. After 4, 5-0 Cardinals. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Willie Mcgee will lead it off. He is 0 for 2. Schatzeder will pitch. 6-2. Range play. Mcgee will swing. 4-5. That's a fly ball to left field. That's it to Raines. Raines' range is a 3. Yep, he'll get that one this time. Out number 1. So a fly out to left. And now Tommy Herr. Herr is 0 for 2. Schatzeder, 6-5. That's a strikeout. The 20 is too high. Herr will swing 2-1, and that's a fly out to center. 2 outs. And now here's Jack Clark. Clark is 1 for 2. Schatzeder, 3-2. That's at the park. Olympique Stadium says 5-6. And that's going to be a fly ball to left field. And Raines will make the catch. 1-2-3. Go the Cardinals. Schatzeder has been good out the pen. We are halfway through the game. 5-0 Cardinals. Leading off for the Expos is Tim Wallach. The fans here at Olympique Stadium cannot believe their eyes. They cannot believe what happened to the Expos in this series. Tudor will pitch. That's a 4-2. That's at the park. Olympique Stadium says 3-1. That's a ground out to short. Out number 1. One man down, and here is Terry Francona. He's 0 for 1. Hockey Unreal joins us here at Olympique Stadium. Tudor will pitch. 3-3, possible error. Francona will swing. 5-3, and that's a base hit to center field. That will be a single. The ball is hit to Mcgee. His error rating is a 10. That's a 16. He will not make an error out there. He will grab it and throw it in. A base hit for Francona. Expos have a man on. That will bring up the catcher, Sal Butera. Butera is 0 for 1. Infield is halfway. Francona on at first. Stratz has a 12. Nothing happening. Tudor will pitch. Remember, Expos are runners safe. Tudor, 6-4. That's a range play at the park. Olympique Stadium says 4-6. That is a base hit to left field with a possible double. But first, it's a range play. The ball is at the left field, and that is Coleman. Coleman's range is a 3. Yes, he makes the catch out there. He takes a base hit away from Sal Butera. Out number 2. Oh, boy, what a play by Coleman. Saves a single out there in left field. Francona has to go back to first, and we'll see a pinch hitter for Schatzeder. And it will be UL Washington. UL Washington against John Tudor. The infield now is normal with 2 outs. Francona on at first. He thought he was going to be on third, but Vince Coleman makes a heck of a play out and left. Tudor, I am rolling a strat still. That is a 5. Nothing happening. Tudor will pitch. That's a 6-3. Against the righty, that's a blank. Washington's a switch hitter, hitting from the right side. Washington will swing. 3-1, and that's a star 4. He grounds it to third. Picked up by Pendleton. He will throw to second to get Francona. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit for the Expos. After 5, it is still 5-0 Cardinals. Andy Van Slyke leads off for the Cardinals here, top of the 6th. Expos need a pitcher. And they're going to go with Tim Burke. 9 wins, 4 losses, 8 saves, 2.39 ERA. Tim Burke's job, try to keep it where it's at. He is their best reliever in the bullpen overall. So a righty against the left, switch, and a switch. Burke will pitch to Van Slyke, top of the 6th inning. And that's a 4-1. Against the lefty, it's a blank. Van Slyke, 5-3, fly out to right. That is out number 1. Next batter is Terry Pendleton. Pendleton is 2 for 2. He's got 2 singles. Burke will pitch. 6-4. Against the lefty, that's a blank. He's a switch hitter. Pendleton will swing. 6-4. Fly out to center. And that is out number 2. And a chance now for Ozzie Smith. Smith is 0 for 1. Reached on base via an error and grounded out. Burke will pitch. That's a 2-2. Wild pitch. Do it again. 3-5. Against the lefty, that's a blank. Smith is, switch left. That's a blank. Smith will swing. 6-1. Base hit to right. Smith gets himself a single. That's his first hit of the game. He will trot down to first. And we'll bring up Tom Nieto. Nieto is 1 for 2. He has a double. No strat roll. Burke will pitch. 1-3. That's a range play. Nieto will swing. 4-1. That's a ground ball to second. Vance Law's range is a 2. Nope, that's going to be a base hit to past second base. Smith's base running rating is a 4. He will make third on that hit. Nieto goes to first. Nieto continues to hit pretty well this series. Runners at first and third. And coming up to bat will be John Tudor. Yes, I know with a pitcher, but you're up 5-0, and right now Tudor is pitching a gem. You keep him in there. 2 outs. Runners at first and third. Tudor, can he come through with a hit? He did bat 138 as a hitter that year. Runners at first and third. There is no strat. Burke will pitch. 1-1. And Burke is not tired. That's a blank. Tudor will swing. That's a 6-1. That's a base hit for John Tudor. It's a single right past second. Smith comes in to score. Nieto's base running rating is a 2. Needs with 2 outs as a 3, and a 3 will get him to third. Tudor safe on first. 6-0 Cardinals. Tudor gets into the act, and he has 2 RBIs in this game. And the Expos fans are beginning to see the writing on the wall. Here's Vince Coleman. Burke will pitch to Coleman with 2 outs. Now 6-0 Cardinals. Runners at first and third. There is still no strike. Burke will pitch, 5-1, strikeout plus. Yep, that will get him. He struck him out. Inning over. 1 run on 3 hits by the Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 6-0 Cardinals. Tim Burke is now tired after that inning. He will come out. Expos will definitely bring a new pitcher in for the 7th. It is the top of the order, though, for the Expos. Here's Tim Raines. Tudor will pitch. He is very strong so far. He doesn't really have anything to worry about yet. Here's the pitch to Raines. Raines is 0 for 2. 4-3. Strikeout 20 is high. Raines will swing 6-5 against the lefty. That's a fly out to left. Out number 1. Tudor flies out to left against the lefty. And now here's Vance Law. Law is 0 for 2. Tudor will pitch. 3-4. Error on a throw. Law will swing 3-6. That's a fly ball to right field. There's no error there. Out number 2. 2 outs. Here's Andre Dawson. Dawson is 0 for 2. Tudor will pitch. 6-6 against a righty. That's an automatic out. It's a star 3. A ground ball to second base. 1, 2, 3, go the Expos. And they are right now mailing it in. After 6, Cardinals lead 6-0. We go to the top of the 7th. Switch right coming up for the Cardinals. And I think they're going to go with a right-hander here, the Expos. And they're going to bring out Bert Roberts. He will come out to pitch. Roberts will pitch to Willie Mcgee, top of the 7th inning. Mcgee is 0 for 3. One of only 2 Cardinal players that haven't joined the hit parade. Roberts will pitch. 2-6. That's a blank. He's not tired. Mcgee will swing. 4-6. Ground out to second. 1 down. That will bring up Tommy Herr. Herr is 0 for 3. Also hasn't joined the hit parade. Roberts, 6-5 against a left switch. That's a walk plus. That will walk her easily with an 8. And Herr trots down to first on a base on balls by Roberts. And now here comes Jack Clark. Clark is 1 for 3. Infield is halfway, but there is no strike. Roberts will pitch. That's a 5-5. Range play at the park. Olympic Stadium says 6-6. It's a ground ball to first. The ball is hit to Francona. Range is a 4 with the infield halfway. It's a 3. Yes, he will make the play. Is it a double play? 3, 2, 3. Shortstop Brooks 2. A 1-2. The Expos will turn it. No, Herr will be thrown out at second. The relay does not get Clark. Out number 2. Fielder's choice. And that will bring up Andy Van Slyke. Van Slyke is 1 for 3. He hit a double and has a stolen base in this game. Infield now back. Clark on at first. Roberge with the pitch. That's a 2-1. That's a strikeout. 5 got him. Struck him out. And the inning is over. A walk and a fielder's choice, but that's all. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Cardinals are leading 6-0. Senior, take me out to the ball game. I will be right back. Hockey Unreal. It's funny how dice can seem to be aware. Yeah, that is so true right now. It really does seem to be that way. That these dice have a mind of its own. What have we got coming up on RJL 518? Well, if there were any other game 5s scheduled for tomorrow, which there are not, tomorrow would have been another day for game 5s. I'm going to take that day off. Wednesday was also going to be a scheduled day off because that is the break between the 2 rounds, the division series and the championship series. There will be no games tomorrow, and there will be no games on Wednesday. Game one of the championship series will be on Thursday. And in the morning, I can already tell you, it will be the Houston Astros versus either the Cardinals or the Expos in the morning. And at night, game 1 of the Minnesota Twins and the New York Yankees. That is Thursday. There will be no games on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to take the Tuesday as an extra day off to rest the voice. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Cardinals leading here 6-0. At one point in game 3 of this series, the Expos had a 7-2 lead on the Cardinals in game 3. And we all know, and since then, the Expos have been absolutely demoralized since that game. John Tudor will pitch the bottom of the seventh. Hubie Brooks comes out for the Expos. He'll lead off. 6-0 Cardinals, trying to complete a comeback when they were down 0-2 and were down 7-2 in the midway point of game 3. Tudor will pitch. 3-1, range play. Brooks will swing. 2-1, ground ball to third. The ball is hit to Pendleton. His range is a 5, and he will make the play. Out number 1. Easy play for Pendleton. Next batter will be Mitch Webster. Webster is 1 for 2. As says reverse of Don Deckinger. Tudor will pitch. 6-2, double question mark. Webster is a switch hitter batting right. A 1-4 is an automatic out. That's a 3. Cardinals are getting all the breaks. That's a star 4. A ground out to second, 2 down. And now it'll be up to Tim Wallach. Wallach is 0 for 2. I would normally yank out Tudor, but I'm not Kevin Cash. Tudor will pitch. 2-6. Home run question mark. Wallach a righty. A 1-16. The 9 passes. Against the lefty, Wallach has a 13. A 1-13. Wallach puts the Expos on the board. Yes, he does. High fly ball to left field. That ball is gone. Tim Wallach puts the Expos on the board with a solo home run. The shutout is gone. If anything, is this now the start of the Expos comeback? Here's Terry Francona. Francona is 1 for 2. Now a 6-1 game. Tudor still strong. He'll pitch. And that's a 2-1 hit by pitch. That 14 is high. Francona will swing 6-4. He grounds out to short. Throw goes to first, and that will end the inning. Expos get a home run by Wallach. After 7, now 6-1. We go to the top of the 8th. Terry Pendleton is the leadoff batter. Roberts, they're going to keep him on the mound for a little while longer. He is due to bat second in the 8th inning. He can pitch to 3 batters before fatigue. Roberts will pitch. 4-2, that's a blank. Pendleton will swing. 3-3. That's a ball hit to left field. That's a 3 against a righty. It's a single. Pendleton gets another hit. He's now 3 for 4. Leadoff base hit by Pendleton. It will bring up Ozzie Smith. Smith is 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. Infield halfway. There is no strike. Roberts, 3-4. That's a walk. The 3 is good. He walked him. And now the Cardinals looking to get some runs. Runners at first and second. And it will be Tom Nieto. Nieto is 2 for 3 tonight. A double and a single. Expos will stick with Roberts at least for Nieto. Runners at first and second. Roberts will pitch. 3-3 against a righty. It's an automatic out. Star 2, it's a ground ball to first. Do they turn the double play? 3 minus 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Shortstop Brooks minus 1 is 2. A 1-2, they'll turn it. No, they will not. Pendleton will get to third. On that 5, Smith is thrown out at second. Nieto safe at first. There is 1 out. Next batter is John Tudor. Tudor has 5 more batters before he gets tired. Question is, do I take him out here and bring in a pinch hitter, or do I let Tudor swing? I'm going to keep Tudor in there. Runners at first and third. The infield is halfway. There is no strat. And Tudor already has a base hit in this game. So runners at first and third, and that is it for Roberts, by the way. He is out. He is now tired. So the Expos have to go to the bullpen. They're going to bring out lefty Gary Lucas, 6-2, a save, 3.19 ERA. Gary Lucas is now the 5th Expo pitcher. He will pitch to John Tudor. Infield is halfway. No, actually, infield is in. Expos can't allow any runs. So runners at the corners, infield in. There is no strat. Lucas will pitch. 4-2. It's at the park. Olympique Stadium, 6-6. It's a ground ball to first. Terry Pendleton's base running ratings of 3 becomes a 1. The Expos will not send him. Nieto will go to second. Tudor is out at first, 2 outs. That's an automatic out at first. They do not send Pendleton. So runner will advance at least. So runners at second and third, and they're going to let Vince Coleman try to bring in Pendleton. Coleman is 1 for 4. Now the infield is back. Runners at second and third. Lucas will pitch to Coleman. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Coleman a chance to really put the Cardinals ahead for good. Lucas, 2-2. That's a blank. Coleman gets the swing, and that is Suadice. I'll re-roll. Coleman, 3-2-3, and against the lefty, that's a double into left field for Vince Coleman. Coleman smacks a double to left off of Gary Lucas, who is a lefty. Pendleton will score. Nieto will score. Coleman goes to second. 8-1 Cardinals. Stadium barfs. 2 RBI double by Vince Coleman. And Gary Lucas has had a very rough postseason. He was the pitcher who took the loss in that, who gave up the runs in the 9th inning, in the 12th inning against the Cardinals. He took the loss in that inning when the Expos had a 12-9 lead and allowed the Cardinals to win it 13-12 in that game. He has had a horrible postseason. 8-1 Cardinals. And now Willie Mcgee. Lucas tries to redeem himself. He just can't do it. Lucas will pitch to Mcgee. The Expos have pretty much resigned themselves to the fact it will have to be until the next season they play. Mcgee is 0 for 4. Lucas will pitch. 2-2. It's a blank. Mcgee will swing. 5-1. That's a base hit. Pass short. It's a single. Coleman will score from second. A base hit for Mcgee. He joins the hit parade. 9-1 Cardinals. And I think the Expos just want to go home. Here's Tommy Herr, and that's it for Lucas. He just does not have it at all this postseason. Expos will go to the bench, said thank you, but no thank you. They're going to bring out Randy St. Clair to pitch. See if he can do anything. Randy St. Clair will pitch to Tommy Herr. 2 outs, 9-1 Cardinals. If the Cardinals score another run, it'll be the 3rd straight game in a row they've scored 10 or more runs. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. St. Clair will pitch. There's no strat. 2-1. That's a blank. Herr will swing. 4-6. That's a ground ball back to St. Clair. He'll throw to first to end the inning. 3 runs on 3 hits for the Cardinals and a fielder's choice. Bottom of the 8th coming up, 9-1 St. Louis. John Tudor can pitch to 5 batters before tiring. Sal Butera leads off for the Expos. He'll bat. Down 9-1. It really doesn't matter, I don't think, who comes up to the plate unless somehow the Expos get a miracle here. Tudor will pitch. 5-2. That's a strikeout. The 10 is high. Butera will swing. 3-3. He lines out to short, and that's out number 1. St. Clair was due to bat next. Expos will send a batter to the plate. Most at bats, and it will be Scott Thompson. Scott Thompson, a trade from the Giants late in the year. He'll take a hack. Tudor will pitch. That's a 6-6 against the lefty. It's a blank. Thompson will swing. 5-3, and he flies out to center, out number 2. And now here's Tim Raines. Raines is 0 for 3. Tudor looking on, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's a 3-6. Strikeout, 12 is high. Raines will swing. 3-1. He grounds it to short. Throw goes to first. Side retired. And the Cardinals are 3 outs away from the most unbelievable comeback I have ever done playing any sort of cards and dice baseball game. After 8, Cardinals lead 9-1. Top of the 9th inning. The Expos are going to bring on Jeff Reardon to pitch. They're just going to let him pitch, see if he can do something here. 9-1. The Expos pitching just completely fell apart in this game. And not just in this game, but in this series. Jack Clark leads off for the Cardinals here in the top of the 9th. Clark is 1 for 4. Reardon will pitch. 3-4. Wild, do it again. 1-6. And that's a range play. Clark will swing. 2-5. That's a fly ball to left. The ball is at the range. His range is a 3. And he will make that catch, out number 1. One man down, and the batter will be Andy Van Slyke. Van Slyke is 1 for 4. Reardon with the pitch. 1-1. Home run check against a righty. Van Slyke is a 20, and that is gone. Home run, Andy Van Slyke, as he blasts it into the left field bleachers. Van Slyke blasts a home run. And the Cardinals just continue to do insult to injury on the Expos. And now have a 10-1 lead. third straight game the Cardinals have hit for 10 runs or more. Here's Terry Pendleton. Pendleton is 3 for 4. And at the end of this game, guys, don't go away. I got a recap to do. I have a recap for the series. It's interesting. 1 man out, 10-1 Cardinals. Reardon will pitch. 2-5, strikeout 12. That's too high. Pendleton will swing 1-2. Star 4, he grounds it to first. And that is out number 2. And now here's Ozzie Smith. Smith is 1 for 3. Singled, walked, and reached on an error. Reardon will pitch. 3-2, walk. Yep, Smith will trot down to first on a base on balls. And now the batter is Tom Nieto. Nieto is 2 for 4, a single and a double. Of course, there's no strat. Reardon, 4-5. Against a righty, that's a walk chance. The 14 is high, though. Nieto will swing 5-4 against a righty. That's a base hit pass short. It's a single for Nieto. Ozzie Smith's base running ratings of 4. With 2 outs is a 5. He will make third, as he was going with 2 outs and runners at the corners. Nieto hitting well. He's now 3 for 5 tonight. John Tudor, they're going to let him bat. You got a 9-run lead. John Tudor is going to come up to bat. And they're going to see if they can get Tudor a complete game. Runners at first and third. Runners at first and third. Reardon will pitch to Tudor. That's a 3-1. It's a strikeout, and yep, he will get him on the K, and the inning will end. 1 run on a homer, on a home run by Van Slyke on 2 hits. We go to the bottom of the 9th, 10-1, 10-1 Cardinals. Will we see some 9th inning magic? It would not be 9th inning magic if somehow the Expos came back here. It would be a 9th inning miracle. Bottom of the 9th. Bob B now starting to toot the horn. I'm sure he says, who are the Astros? I'm sure a Steeler fan will tell him who the Astros are. John Tudor will pitch the bottom of the 9th. Cardinals lead 10-1. Vance Law leads off for the Expos. Tudor can pitch to 2 batters before fatiguing. The Cardinal bullpen is ready just in case. Cardinals 3 outs away from the 1985 NLCS. Astros are waiting for them. Tudor will pitch. 1-3. That's a strikeout. The 16 is high. Law will swing. 3-1. It's a fly ball to right. Getting under it is Van Slyke. Puts it away. Out number 1. And now here's Andre Dawson. Dawson is 0 for 3. Tudor will pitch to Dawson. 5-5. That's a walk. The 15 is high. Dawson gets the swing. 1-1. Line out to shortstop. Out number 2. Right to Ozzie Smith. 2 outs. The last chance for the Expos is Hubie Brooks. Tudor is now tired. Can he get 1 more out? 10-1. The stadium is already pretty half empty, mostly Cardinal fans in the stadium. A lot of Expos fans have already gone home. Tudor looking to get a complete game in the playoffs, if anything, in the playoffs, which is amazing. Tudor will pitch. It's a 2-1 hit by pitch. That 2, he hit Brooks. He plunked him, and the rally begins. Yeah. He hits Hubie Brooks, and Brooks goes to first. What? Did you expect a 1-2-3 ninth inning at RJL 518? I think not. Now the last chance is Mitch Webster, and I think Brooks leaned into that one. Tudor will pitch to Webster. No, you don't bring in Worrell. Let him try. That's a hit by pitch, and that does not tire Tudor. 2 outs. Brooks on it first. For what it's worth, the Expos are in runner safe mode. Tudor will pitch to Webster. 1 more out. The NLCS awaits. Tudor with the pitch. 2-1. Again with the hit by pitch. That 3 is too high. 0 + 2. So Webster gets out of the way of that one, but he does get to swing. It's a 5-3. It's a star 2. It's a fly ball to right field. Getting under it is Van Slyke. He waits for it, puts out his glove, block, and the ball falls into it. That's your game. Cardinals obliterate the Expos 10-1. They win this National League Division Series, and they advance to the NLCS. What an unbelievable comeback by the Cardinals, and what a way to do it. The St. Louis Cardinals are your National League Division Series champions. They beat the Expos 10-1. Final line score coming up. Don't go away, folks. Still something to tell about. For the Cardinals, 10 runs on 14 hits and no errors. For the Expos, 1 run on 4 hits and 1 error. John Tudor goes the distance, a complete game. He only gave up 1 run on 4 hits. He was masterful. I'll give him the player of the game, no doubt about that. Jeff Reardon Bryn Smith takes the loss. He goes to 1-1 and finishes out the postseason that way. Unbelievable series. Let's discuss this for a minute before I go, because you're not going to hear from me for 2 days. So let's take a closer look at this series. Take a closer look at this series. In the first game, the Expos won that game 3-1. Brent Smith got the win. Tudor took a hard luck loss. Each team had 10 hits and an error. In game 2, the Expos shut the Cardinals out 4-0 in game 2. They shut them out. All right. Danny Cox took the loss in that one. Bill Gullickson the win. The Expos shut the Cardinals out 4-0 in game 2. In game 3, which is the craziest game I ever played, the Expos at one point led 7-2 going into the bottom of the 5th. The Cardinals scored 2 runs in the 5th, 5 in the 6th. The Expos scored 2 in the 9th. Then in the 12th inning, the Expos scored 3 in the top of the 12th. The Cardinals scored 4 in the bottom of the 12th to win that game 13-12. And Lucas was the losing pitcher of that game because he was the one that couldn't get anybody out. In game 4, the Cardinals won that game 10-6. And in this game, they win 10-1. So the Cardinals scored 33 runs in the last 3 games. That is amazing. 33 runs. And 10 runs or more, 3 straight games in a row. I can't believe it. The Cardinals looked like they were dead in the water halfway through game 3. And the Expos, talk about a serious choke job. I don't think you could choke any worse than that. And to lose a deciding game 5, 10-1. Are you kidding me? The dice totally turned against Montreal in this series. Totally. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how the Cardinals come back and win this series. That's amazing. And yes, I don't know who said it in the chat. I don't know who said it in the chat, but someone said to me, now that after the end of the 3rd game, someone said to me, look what's going to happen now. The Cardinals are going to win this series by blowing out the Expos the last 2 games. Whoever said, I don't know who said that, but whoever did was 100% right. Up 7-2, halfway through game 3, an elimination game, and you lose. Maybe the Cardinals are the team of destiny. I don't know. Lots of baseball left to play. So it will be the Houston Astros taking on the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League Championship Series. Games 1, 2, 6, and 7 will be at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals were the number 3 seed. The Astros will have games 3, 4, and 5 at the Astrodome. In the American League Championship Series, the Minnesota Twins take on the New York Yankees. Games 1, 2, 6, and 7 will be at Yankee Stadium. Games 3, 4, and 5 will be at the Metrodome. So here is how the schedule will go. And I will post the lineups in the Universal Tabletop Baseball group. You can check the lineups there. They will be posted. You'll see how the scheduled pitchers will be. No game tomorrow, no game Wednesday. So game Thursday in the morning will be the Houston Astros versus the St. Louis Cardinals. And at night, game 1, American League Championship Series, Minnesota Twins against the New York Yankees. The game 1 starters for the Cardinals will be Danny Cox. He will pitch games 1 and 5. And for the Astros, their starting pitcher is going to be Nolan Ryan. He is the 3rd starter, and the Cardinals have their 2nd starter. So it'll be Cox versus Ryan in game number 1 of the NLCS. In the ALCS, it'll be both number 1 starters pitching that game. It'll be Bert Blyleven going up against Ron Guidry in the series against the Twins and the Yankees. So don't miss game 1. So Thursday, Houston at St. Louis, in the morning. At night, Minnesota and the New York Yankees. Then game 2, we go ahead and flip. In the morning, it will be Minnesota and the Yankees, and game 2 at night will be Houston at the Cardinals, as we flip-flop them. So I'll always have those teams show each other in the morning and the night. When we get to the World Series, of course, it'll be 1 game per day. Nope. Not going to get no rest. Nope. It's strict results. The World Series is where I will go ahead and restructure the pitching matchups. That's what I did last year, and that's what I'm going to do this year as well. I restructured the pitching matchups in the World Series for last year because I wanted, in case a Game 7 occurs, I want the number 1 starters for a Game 7. So I usually will switch it up. So no, strict rotation, no change until the World Series. It gets some very interesting pitching matchups, okay, for the playoffs, and you really don't know what to do. After all, Bob B., didn't you say, oh my God, I got Kirk Kepshire starting? Yep, Kirk Kepshire would pitch a Game 7. I don't know. I think no. Kepshire is the number 4 starter. He would pitch Game 3. Yeah, he would pitch Game 7 if necessary. So this is what happens a little bit when you play a wild card game and a wild card series, and you go straight into the division series. It makes it a little bit tougher for the teams that had to play a few extra games. After all, if you win the division, you deserve to get the rest. Okay, but if you have to play the wild card, that's what it is. And by the way, Bob, Kirk Kepshire, didn't the Cardinals win that game? I rest my case. Yeah, you didn't know the Cardinals would score 10 runs in his start. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it, guys. Bob B., Steeler fan, Hockey Unreal, Philip Reynolds, Sports Time Machine, Jack Dawson, C&D Baseball TV with Tony Porter. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out through the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We will see you guys Thursday morning for Game 1 of the NLCS. Cardinals beat the Expos 10-1, win the National League Division Series 3-2, and reach their National League Championship Series. We'll see you in a couple of days. Have a good night. Take care.